I've done a lot of New Year's Eve concerts over my years as a conductor, but I suspect that I will have never done anything quite like what we're planning this New Year's. This is definitely not a Boston Pops concert, and people who are looking for a traditional Boston Pops New Year's concert should probably look elsewhere this year. But what it is it's a very exciting new collaboration with somebody whom I think is invariably an exciting, risk-taking, daring, and extremely theatrical artist. We really enjoyed Amanda when she came and joined us on our Edgefest series a couple of seasons ago on Spring Pops. I really think that it was by far the most successful Edgefest concert we've ever done, in that it was not just us backing up somebody with their existing songs. It was new material that Amanda had conceived specifically to bring the two groups together.
There's a couple of things that we're recycling from the show that I did not last June, but the June before, but actually very little. We're doing a ton of new stuff. There's two things that are really different about this show from the first couple of nights that I did with the Pops. And one is that, you know, the album that I didn't have out yet, that we were pulling a lot of the arrangements from, is now out. So the stuff that was unfamiliar to people, but that we had orchestrated because it was from my forthcoming album, is now, you know, those songs are now common knowledge, which is great because even people who heard them were hearing them for the very first time when they heard them on stage last June. And we're adding a couple of new arrangements, and we're also adding a bunch of new cover songs. I come from Rockland. I mean, I live and work and tour in super rock and roll situations. I just came back from a tour of the East Coast where I was playing clubs, you know, and nightclubs, theaters, and, you know, things are run very differently. And, you know, there's lots of pros and cons, but I mean, this is so, there's so many people involved in putting on a show like this, whereas I can just show up at a nightclub with a crew of a couple of people and kind of plug in and play, and things are very lax, and if there's a curfew, it's breakable. And the thing that was strangest for me, and that remains strange to me, is to be playing with musicians who I don't know. And like the idea that I actually may never know. You know, like occasionally you'll like, you know, I'll have a backup band or I'll have some people that I'm working with who I'll gradually get to know over the course of, even if we're only doing a few shows. And like, it's kind of part of, you know, the whole social world of rock and roll, that like you don't really necessarily play with people that you don't meet and drink with. So it's my goal to try and get everyone who's playing in the Pops over to my house for post-show New Year's party. I'm known for always bringing my friends in and collaborating with as many people as possible. And I'm really excited to have Skip Shirey, who is a near and dear old friend of mine. And it's great that the night is connected in so many levels, because we have Skip opening up. And he is a live circus composer, so he just does incredible music with incredible contraptions. He's going to be opening up. And he also just worked with my boyfriend, Neil Gaiman, because I introduced them, and he created the soundtrack for a silent film that Neil wrote and directed, and I starred in, along with the British actor Bill Nighy, in the UK over the summer. And the film is airing in the UK Christmas Day, and we're premiering it at the Pops, probably somewhere in the middle of the night. So Neil will be there, Skip will be there, we'll all be watching this fantastic little short 8-minute movie that's sort of it's a beautiful silent movie with sort of living statues in it, and this beautiful twist at the end. We also have Michael Pope, who is another one of my, you know, lifelong collaborators. He's done all the music videos for the Dresden Dolls and for me, and he has been sort of commissioned to create this piece for the overture from Dancer in the Dark by Bjork, which I really, really, really wanted to hear the Pops play ever since I first walked in and saw Edgefest, I think it was with My Morning Jacket, I heard the Pops playing that overture and I just wept. So I asked them if they would play it again, and asked Pope to create a film, so he's been shooting. And we also have a film for the countdown to New Year's that Pope is creating just for the night, especially for the night. And a bunch of bands that I've seen and connected with but never actually gotten to open up for me, and now I get to kind of bring them all out in one shot. Miss Tess, she's this fantastic, old-timey, just, you know, great balls-out singer. She's, you know, I saw her, I think, at Toad in Porter Square ages ago, and I've just wanted to get her on a bill with me. So she'll be playing in a little space. April Smith, who's also got a great kind of old-fashioned, old-timey sound, is going to be playing in another space. There's going to be lots of champagne. And excitingly, I have some surprise guests who I just locked in to do a number with me that is a surprise. But it's a bunch of the girls from the cast of The Slutcracker, which is this nutcracker burlesque extravaganza that's been selling out almost every night over at the Somerville Theater. And I have a lot of friends in that world, so I'm dragging them over to me for the with me to the New Year's show. And also I have 5 or 6 kids from Lexington High School, from the drama department, who often collaborate with me. So we're all gonna try and do a big, crazy blowout routine that I can't reveal because it's too exciting. I think the more important thing is that this night, since it's New Year's, it's not really quite so much about me and my record and, you know, rah-rah Amanda Palmer. It's more about New Year's. It's like, it's New Year's Eve. So, you know, I want everyone in that room to have just the most fantastic time possible. And I'm, you know, that's my job. So I feel like I'm more in service to, like, the, you know, the night of New Year's Eve than I am to go promote myself or promote my record or anything like that.
We're taking a little bit of a gamble here. We're going in a different direction. I suspect we'll probably have a different audience than we normally have for New Year's, but I think it's a really good gamble, and I think it will be, for the people who are there, a memorable New Year's Eve.